Okay, today we're going to learn halacha, which is not so known. Legabe talis godel or cotton, if it's made out of pishtan. Now, pishtan, b'derech klal in America translated pishtan as linen. However, in most of the original sforim of starting from the Targum Yonasan, Targum Onkelos, and all the Chazal, it looks like it's cotton. However, I'm not going into that detail now, if it's cotton or linen. Either way, mashma, there is a l'choira, you could have a talis made out of, it's machloikes, Rav Nachman, Gemara, we spoke about it, if it's all arba kanfas chayv v'tzitzis mit the raisa, or only tzemer of fishtim, the rest is only the rabbanon. However, it is l'choira, l'kula alma, pishtan, it's mit the raisa. Yeah, it's chayav mit the raisa. But it says in Shulchan Aruch Siman Tes Halacha Vav, yesh omrim, she'en la'asles talis shel pishtan. Now, it doesn't make any talis cotton, or godel. You cannot do talis made out of pishtan. The halacha kain. The halacha, it's not so. Like this opinion, we're going to see soon who's those opinions. Yerushalayim yetzei the kulam voice the talis shel tzemer rechelim shu chayav v'tzitz min haTorah b'li pikpuk. Yerushalayim should make his talis cotton or godel only from tzemer rechelim, whatever we call wool today, without getting to the details of what tzemer rechelim. If you buy in the company, they say it's wool. It's probably the proper wool. He says, so again, so Lafi halacha is not agreeing with that man the Omar that pishtan you should not wear, but he says Yerushalayim should not wear it. You wear only tzitzis that made that tzemer rechelim. Then he brings the Rama. There's some countries that didn't have much other material but pishtan. Mutav sheyasa talis shel pishtan v'tzitzis shel pishtan mishes batal mitzvah tzitzis. Now, this halacha, where are they coming from? Why shouldn't you do talis made out of pishtan? So like this. It starts always in a Gemara in Maseches Menachos, but the way the Geonim, the Rishonim learn pshat over there, that's how they learn. Aval bisha Geonim v'Rabbanutam osru la'asos afilu tzitzis shel pishtim, b'talis shel pishtim. They said you cannot make tzitzis made out of pishtim and talis. Tzitzis is the string, talis is the baguette. You should not make even the both pishtim. There's no problem of shatness of it. You should not do that. Now, the reason for it, because like this, that's two pshatim in the Gemara, but we're going to give one the most popular pshat, because the Chazal made a gezeira. We know that when we had the tcheles was made out of tzemer, wool. It was wool. So if you're going to put, and you're allowed to put midaraisa, that we learned from the psukim that you're allowed to shatnes betzitzis midaraisa, but since that's only when it was tcheles, we don't have tcheles, we're not allowed to do it anymore. But originally, Chazal talk about even when they had tcheles, you should not make beged of pishtim, because you're going to put over there the tcheles made out of tzemer, it's shatnes, but it's allowed to. However, since at night, Laman Domar Laila loves man tzitzis, at night you put it from tzitzis, and you're going to wear your tzitzis, which is made out of pishtan, and the tcheles made out of wool, it's shatnes. The only yet when it's a mitzvah during the day. At night it's not a mitzvah, you're not allowed to wear it. People should not be over in this shatnes. So Chazal said, don't wear bichlal beged pishtim. Even though you're going to put, like he says over here, you might put over there also talis shel pishtim. Well, there's no shatnes, but somebody might make a mistake and going to put a tcheles over there, and it's going to become a shatnes at tonight. That's why I don't put it. That's according to the Geonim and Rabbanu Tam. So bichlal you should not wear beged with the rabbanon of pishtan. Okay, Rashi, Rav Rabban Yitzchak Alfasi, Itiru, they say it's allowed to, but Iskim Adoin of Rosh Zal, the Tur says his father, the Rosh, masking with that, and we see clearly the Rambam also masking with that. I'm surprised nobody mentioned the Rambam, not the Bes Yosef, not the, but here's the Rosh of the Rambam. Ksus shel pishton, and matinal b'tcheles, a baguette, if you have made out, you don't put over there tcheles, because again, at night, you might be over on shatnez. That's the kula alma at night. But he said, but elo oisim halovan bilvash al chuta pishtan. According to him, if you do pishtan and pishtan, the baguette made out of pishtan, the string, then it's no problem. According to the Geonim and Rabbanu Tam, you shouldn't do that either, because you might come, gezeret rabbanon, you might come to put over there tzemer, but look like the according to Rashi, the Rif and the Rambam, all this you're allowed, and the Tur says looks like the father's opinion also like this. The Bes Yosef disagrees with the Tur. He says no, your father's opinion is not like this. The Bes Yosef says your father's opinion theoretically holds like Rabbanu Tam and the Geonim, it's also. Elamai, it says over here, he brings that the Rosh himself writes when he came to later on in his life, he was running away from where he was living, and he went to Spain. That's what he was hosted by the Rashba, and he became a mechutan with him. So he says over there, the Rosh and the Lashon. Really, theoretically, is Masma Tam, you should not make a talis, cotton or godel made out of pishtan. at all. Even you have chuta pishtan, don't do it. Elo, shekdesh lo harpas mitzvah tzitzis b'de anshe Sfarad, lo rotzo lo hoires lam kamoitzer. He didn't want to pass according to himself. He was mavatel his own opinion because he saw in Sfarad in Spain the most popular beged was pishtan, and he says. וכן כל זה בהדיה בתשובה כלל בית. וכן הנהגים באשכנז ובצרפת, שלא לעשות טליס של פישטן. באשכנזים they make a pishtan. ואני בבואי לארץ הזאת, when I came to Spain, ראיתי שכולם לובשים טליס של פישטן. Everybody has a talis of פישטן. ואומר לי ליבי, אם תעשר להם טליס פישטן, look how the poskim thinking. They're not talking about small pictures. If I'm going to be kanoi, and I'm going to say, it's also to do what you're doing, according to my own opinion, that was his opinion. He's asking to Rabbi Tam and the Goyim, you should not wear beged shel pishtan. He says, Tivotel mehem mitzvah tzitzis. The one became the mitzvah in this place. That's what they're using. It's not so popular in this country, he said, in Spain.
Material's not so
Material, yeah, Memele says, I'm going to leave them to do the way they're doing it. With the pishtan, kinitlim ilan godel shematiroi. The big Rashi, the Rif, Matiret, so says, well, they could rely on them. So the Tur thought he holding like this. The Rebbe says, no, your father holding like Rabbeinu Tam and the Goyim, it's also really with Rabbanon. Elamai was Matiret, according to his own shidduch, not to move out of mitzvah. It's interesting now, we're going back with this to the Lashon of the Shulchan Aruch and the Ramah. V'derech Klal, today, with the way we learn Halacha, it's very tribal. Fardim, Ashkenazim, this and that. Look, they all both going the opposite of their own opinion. The Beis Yosef, we're really holding from the Shitta of the Rif, the Shitta of Rashi, Shitta of the Rambam, that you're allowed to wear beged pishtan. Why? He says the whole thing, it's what Chazal were afraid you might have shatnez because of the tcheles. We don't have tcheles anyway today. That's what the Shitta was. We don't have tcheles, so as long as you make in your pishtan, and beged pishtan, you're going to make also string made out of pishtan, it's no problem. It's the chashash or choik, you might put over there a wool or the tcheles. We don't have anyway. So lefi halacha, theoretically halacha like Rashi and the Rif, it's no. But he said the Yesh Omrim, that the Yesh Omrim is the shita of Rabbeinu Tam. She'en atalis shel pishtan, ba'aval b'shan halacha. Even though again the Beis Yosef is not masking with that shita, he pasking like the Rif, like the Rambam, yeah. But yeah, the Rashi, but Yerushalayim Yetzei the Kulam Voice Talis shel Tzemer Chelim Shu Chavizu Mimnator B'li Putbuk. We already previously we said that the best talis you want to do you mitzvah the rice talis of wool. Again, talis godo. It's an old opinion. Now going to Ramah. The Ramah definitely following the shita of Rabbeinu Tam, the way it was in Ashkenaz. So he comes as a mule in the Efshar Rak Talis shel Pishtan. Again, he doesn't speak to his own country. Ramah talks to the country of the Sfardim. If over there was popular. Made the beged pishtan, made out of, again, if it's cotton or linen, however you learn the pshat and pishtan. He says, mutav she'asa talis shel pishtan, but tzitzis shel pishtan, which is bottom mitzvah tzitzis. You see from here again, the poskim, they're going out of their way to go to the other opinion, to matret, just to, the Beis Yosef says better to do tzemer, even though pishtan is mutter, this way do mitzvah b'li pikpuk. The Ramah says, even melamed schus, those which is in Spain, they didn't have anything but pishtan, they could wear it. But lechatchila, if you could today, especially everything is available, the best talis cotton or godel as to have made out of wool. Okay.